Well, hello everybody. It's Jared Albrecht, the yard sale artist, coming to you from Longbox Crusade headquarters. Man, my hair looks messed up. Anyway, I'm doing another I Finished It video for our awesome Crusaders Club members over on patreon.com. Thank you guys so much for being Crusaders Club members. That's why we like to do bonus things like this to say thank you guys. So I got another VHS tape for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I recently finished watching a little flick called The Frightening. This came out in 2002. Now, admittedly, I have a thing. I like to watch B movies, straight to video movies. Some would say bad movies, but I really enjoy watching. I think they're a fun experience. So I won't call them bad movies. I just call them fun movies. Okay. So this is a fun movie from 2002. You see it's got a previously viewed $6.99 sticker on it from Blockbuster. It still has the Blockbuster sticker on the back there. But anyway, let's talk about The Frightening in 2002. First things first. All right. I would say a little bit of not truth in advertising. See this very creepy face on here? Doesn't really happen in the movie. Well, there was a part where a guy got acid poured on his face, so it's probably a zoom in close up from that. But it's this character is not part of of The Frightening at all. So The Frightening is 2002. It's one of these high school horror films that kind of got reinvigorated after the success of Scream in 1996. I think Scream was, and then there sort of became this sort of slew of, you know, I Know What You Did Last Summer. And then this was more of, I believe, a straight to VHS. I don't remember a theatrical release on The Frightening. If there was one, it was most likely limited. So it's one of those sort of high school horror films. So what are the pluses? What are the minuses? Well, the pluses is the story actually is pretty good. I was engaged the whole time because I was like, what's going on? It's very strange. This high school that they go to is very strange, and there's students getting murdered, and it seems like nobody really cares that much. And you're like, well, okay, that's odd. So following along with the story, it was very engaging. I was shocked for 2002 straight to VHS kind of horror film. So story was engaging. Okay, so what are the downsides? Oh wait, one more upside. A bunch of high school kids, well, they probably weren't high school actors. They're probably in their 20s or whatever, but the acting, it's fine. It's not great, but it's not terrible by any means. The actors all did a fine job. So good story, good acting. Downside, The Frightening, it's got really bad editing. It wants to be very, very stylized for the early 2000s or late 90s. It's got a lot of flash cuts that have their own sound effects. So like when we're cutting from one thing to another, it'll be a bright white flash and do the shoom thing. And there's just a ton of them. And it gets really, really annoying. So the editing in this is pretty rough. It's almost, this is weird to say, it's almost more fun to listen to than to watch, because I was watching this while I was doing some prep work, getting ready for an upcoming convention. I was bagging and boarding prints and stuff like that. So I was kind of more listening to it, kind of glancing at it as I was working. And so, again, more fun to listen to than to watch, because the visuals and that whole flashy thing got kind of annoying. I feel like at the very end, the story kind of outsmarted itself. It kind of has a clever ending, if you will, or a twist ending, if you will. And I thought it was decent, but it left a whole lot of questions. It felt like, oh, we have this clever ending idea, but we didn't really know how to stick the landing. So was it clever? Yeah, it was. Was the story good? But did they stick the landing? Debatable. But still, it was a fun movie to watch. Okay, so The Frightening from 2002, especially if you can find it on VHS from Blockbuster. If you like B movies, sort of schlock stuff that's kind of straight to VHS and a little bit fun, this one's not bad at all. All right, I didn't feel like it was a bad movie at all. I was never really bored with it, and I found it to be entertaining. So there is your I Finished It. I think this is episode 40, The Frightening, 2002. I picked it up on a VHS. All right. Thanks again for being Crusaders Club members. If you're getting this on the public feed, that means our Crusaders Club saw it months ago, maybe a year ago. And every once in a while, we put these out onto the public YouTube page so people kind of see what they're missing. And if that's the case, then I've got the banner going across the bottom of the screen that tells you how you can get into the club and start enjoying a lot more content and having fun with us in the Crusaders Club. So for all you members who are already in it, thanks again. And I'll catch you next time on And I Finished It. And I'll act froze.